Evaluation question 1. In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Our music video often uses many typical forms and conventions of existing music videos within the indie pop rock genre. I feel this is important to incorporate as it shows understanding and keeping up to date of what the industry is presenting and enables us to achieve a realistic, effective, and engaging final product. Using normal conventions of indie music videos has allowed us to successfully reach and interest our target audience, as the used features have proven to be effective among these individuals. One example of our music video using normal conventions of indie music videos is through the opening scene featuring the title sequences, which present a form of star image motifs. Using the name of the band as the introduction, the audience would be therefore made more aware of the band and the single which belongs to them. This will be helpful as they may come across it again in future and it will be more memorable. The star image motif is created through using identical fonts on the title sequence as those featured on the digipack and advertisement promotions. Title introduction is something also used within music videos of many artists/bands in this style of music, such as the 1975 with Gauss, George Ezra with Budapest, and many more. It could be recognised that we have developed elements of this convention used, as the Gauss video represents the title in flowers, whereas our video, created for the parables, displays this in a stylish, basic, white-filled font to create a sense of simplicity and minimalism from the beginning. However, the convention in general has been used and has resulted in the same outcome. This relates to the use of star image references within our music video. Titles contribute towards stronger branding and make the audience more aware of who the video belongs to and the name of the song it has been directed for from the beginning. There are many examples showing clear similarities between the video we created for Parables and Slow Club's Two Cousins. Firstly, Slow Club's video features an extreme close-up shot of the male dancer's hand. We also ensured this was featured within our video to emphasise the emotion and feelings. We decided to replicate this convention to help deliver our message of frustration across better. When viewing both videos, the audience would be able to recognise the basic mise-en-scène. A major feature of our video was the white room, in which the video was shot to create a sense of isolation and to ensure that all audience focus is kept on the intriguing storyline and characters. The setting inside of the white room is a convention which is also taken by Slow Club in their Two Cousins video. Another convention used in Parables' My Body is a Cage, as well as Slow Club's Two Cousins, is the effect of slow motion added in during the production/editing stages of creation by both parties. This feature is combined with the normal speed dance clips in both music videos and is something which I feel is effective in breaking up the video and adding emphasis on certain points. A convention used in Two Cousins, as well as many other indie videos, including 1975 Chocolate, Hosier Take Me to Church, and many more, is the effect of black and white added onto the clips throughout the entire video. I feel this is effective in presenting emotion clearly and allows the main focus of the audience to be on the storyline presented through the actions and emotions of the dancers, with no colour shown to distract or catch the eye of the viewers to take their minds off of this. This is therefore more engaging. This is a convention which is used across various genres of music, and I feel it also brings an element of stylishness, emphasising the minimalism theme created throughout the video. Other used conventions include the various camera angles and shots used and combined during the editing stages of creating the video. Each shot and angle used, mid-shots, close-ups, extreme close-ups, wide shots, panning shots, tracking shots, high angles, eye-level angles, side angles, two shots and cut-in shots, are typical conventions of music videos in most genres, including indie alternative, and are therefore a demonstration of how we have adopted forms and conventions used in industry within My Body is a Cage. In the introduction of Parables' My Body is a Cage, we choose to incorporate diegetic sounds of the setting up of the video. This is something used often in industry by indie artists or bands such as the 1975 in their Heart Out video and Arcade Fire with their Suburbs. I feel that in order to achieve a successful, effective and interesting music video, some sort of development should also be made on those existing videos to enable creation of something which stands out, engages the audience and is memorable. I also believe there are many examples of how we have developed forms and conventions used by normal indie style music videos. For example, despite Slow Club 2 Cousins using performance conventions similar to parables (dance), there was no element of meaning or narrative behind it all. Unlike that featured in Parables music video, this has a clear, expressive storyline presented to the audience throughout the entire production. Therefore, it could be recognised that we have developed on the idea of dance taken by Slow Club and created a completely different end product through a meaningful story behind the motions. I feel that development of conventions has also taken place from Pink with Try. The narrative is very similar as she presents a similar situation of heartache with the opposite sex throughout dance performance. However, we have created a similar storyline in our video, but developed on aspects such as the mise-en-scène to make it seem more indie style and appropriate for our chosen song. Other ways our video develops typical conventions of existing ones includes the element of performance narrative featured. This is known to be outside of the norm for this style of video, as footage of live performance involving instruments is usually shown in the videos of indie bands such as the 1975 Metronome and so on. From the beginning of the process, we intended to create our video with a performance narrative which shows visuals and music fitting. Therefore, much of our research was based on existing videos also featuring contemporary dance. We found that this is usually a convention taken by mainstream/pop genres of music, going against common conventions those seen in indie ones. Often within indie/alternative videos, at present time, live performance is a typical convention, but combining narrative is also seen to be a modern twist and breaking up the music video and engaging the audience through a more memorable series of events being shown. It could be said that the mise-en-scène within our video, with relation to costume, is a convention which we challenged existing music videos with, such as Ed Sheeran Thinking Out Loud. Our draft version presented two dancers who lacked personality and quirkiness. The basic dancer-style costume did not achieve a suitable look for our intended narrative, therefore a change was required for the final version. This involved patching a vintage metallic shift-style dress for the female dancer, along with a smart shirt and bow tie for the male. This was something we were confident expressed a sense of identity and character for the dancers to be seen as real people. However, the idea had to be altered as we experienced an issue with the costume not fitting Sophie, the female dancer. In this situation, the only option was to use the plain black t-shirt of Cameron's, the male dancer, which was large enough to be seen as a dress on Sophie. This resulted in our video taking a minimalistic approach through the basic mise-en-scène, which was unintended but is something I feel we managed to execute to a high standard. This opposes that of Thinking Out Loud, as it presents dancers in a formal, elegant costume, adopting more of an extravagant approach. Development of Sia's chandelier video occurred intentionally as we set out with the idea to feature contemporary style dance. Therefore, there are noticeable use conventions within our video taken from Sia's. However, I would also say that there are examples of development too. One example of this would include features of the mise-en-scène. The house setting in which the young girl dances within Chandelier is something that I feel we developed, as both videos performed in a confined space using the walls to suggest isolation. However, I feel our white room setting was more appropriate for our video and has matched the meaning behind the song and helped achieve the idea of space being a place within the male's head. The blank canvas type space appeared much more restricted and allowed us to focus on the audience's attention to be kept on the storyline and characters, rather than any distractions of a busy mise-en-scène. We decided to use features of amplification within the music video, including the flash of light effect added during the production stages. This visually emphasises the volume and tension at this point in the song. As the two dancers come together in his imagination, the bright flash represents a climax point within the video, matching that of the music. This is a convention which we have used to amplify the point in the song and the drama. Emotions are expressed through the contemporary style dance, emphasising the male's desperation through the movements and facial expressions presented through close-up and mid-shots. The psychotic manic dancing in the final scenes of the music video visually amplifies the instrumental towards the end of the song. This challenges the typical conventions of an indie-style music video, as this is something usually featured within electro-pop or mainstream style. Sia Chandelier as well as Sia Elastic Heart are both examples of music videos with a similar meaning behind the contemporary psychotic dancing, in the way that the dancer seems as though they are trapped and have a desperate desire to escape. Illustration occurs regularly within the video as actions of the dancers represent the meaning behind the lyrics. One recognisable example of illustration within our video is made when the male presses his hands firmly against the wall to show the audience that he wants to get out but he is trapped inside. This is shown at the point in the song where the audience hear the word cage and therefore shows lyrics in a visual form. This also happens further on in the music video where the lyrics heard are "You're standing next to me." At this point in the video, the female dancer is shown to be stood opposite the male in his imagination. This pairs lyrics to the visual footage. Illustration is not often seen within performance videos dominating the indie genre. We use the idea of star image motifs within our video, which is something seen across all genres of music. The video opens with an extreme close-up panning shot of the male dancer, who is the main focus point throughout. As well as this, the two shadows on the floor either side of the male when he is shown lip-syncing on the wide shot represent two different mindsets of him, also having two different sides to his personality. This is a form of star image reference, as the shadows are constantly shown in the majority of the shots featured within the music video. The idea of star image motifs being used for an indie-style music video is used commonly within industry. I'll now move on to the digipack and advertisement. Due to the nature of a homage, my design for the ancillary texts used conventions of real media products, as it is effectively a direct copy of Bombay Bicycle Club's floors, in terms of layout, similar fonts, colour scheme and much more. However, I combined the look of Franz Ferdinand to develop the Floors album and added a pop art style effect onto the image of the female on the front cover. The front cover image and that featured on the advert uses a close-up shot. This is a convention largely used on albums and adverts in industry across a variety of genres. Indie bands and artists using this convention include Kings of Leon with their Youth and Young Manhood digipack, Lana Del Rey with Born to Die, and the Libertines with the Libertines cover. Some of the conventions I have used cannot be challenged by law, such as the legal information, barcode and catalogue number. Therefore, these conventions are inevitably going to be used by all digipack and albums in industry, as this is something which has to be followed. I chose to feature lyrics on the inside cover and the inside left panel. These are common conventions used by typical indie genre designs, as there are usually booklets or inserts featured inside of a digipack containing lyrics of songs, credits and other information related to the band or album. My decision to feature the band name onto the CD disc is also commonly seen within industry by indie artists such as Marina and the Diamonds with her The Family and the Jewels album, as well as the Kooks with their Inside Out, Inside In digipack. Both of these are examples of indie musicians opting to feature text on their disc. I chose to use the same image on the advert design as that featured on the front cover panel of the digipack, which is done by many artists across all genres of music to strengthen branding and increase audience awareness of the appearance of the promotion. This ensures designs will be recognised on shop shelves and other places around.